President. This is Ertan Akbulut from Turkey, and I would like to ask you, there has been much discussions about moving away from the dollar to achieve greater diversification, whether to make payments, to engage the foreign trade or foreign reserve purposes. Interestingly, one of the impediments to this are governments themselves. They keep signing agreements in dollars, whether they are for loans or for trade, and they continue to keep the currency for reserve management. Russia is no exception. What can governments do to support this diversification? Thank you very much.
Well, we don't have a goal to go away from the dollar. Dollar goes away from us. And those who adopt these decisions, they are shooting not to their foot, but a bit up. Because this instability in dollar payments is a reason that many economies of the world are trying to find alternative reserve currencies, and they are seeking for a system that will be independent from dollar. It's not only about us. We see what happens in the world. Look at the shrinking of gold reserve of the countries, including closest allies of the US. Dollar assets are shrinking. You can see the reports. So all of this is in the reports, even among the largest holders of these dollar assets. That's the result of this policy of using sanctions, including with the use of dollar. I think sooner or later they would realize it, but as of now, the world is facing this phenomenon in economy, and we will continue seeking for alternatives for payments and accumulating reserves. We are doing this as well as many other countries. Well, we have the market already established, for example, in the oil. But still, when thinking on resolving one or another problem or issue, those problems will be solved at the end of the day. For example, with the countries of Eurasian Economic Union, we have 70% of our import served in ruble and 70% of export and 30% of import. We are doing it in rubles. With some countries, we are now actively working with our major trade partners in order to establish systems that will be independent from SWIFT system. We are working on assuring the movement of goods. Well, I've just spoken to the president of Turkey with the leader of your country, well, just 30 minutes ago. We've touched upon some specific moments, but I just would like to recall our deal in the area of military cooperation in the S-400. If we will pay this in dollar, that wouldn't work out. Then we invented another option, but we have our deal. And that would happen with any goods. This is just one of the outstanding examples. The same would happen with other goods. That's why we don't have any goal to move away from the dollar. We just have to do this. We are obliged to do this. And we'll continue doing this, but not because governments don't want to do this. That's because we don't want to make any sharp steps that will be in detriment for us, for ourselves. But in order to make the world economy more stable, more predictable, and in order to make payments more efficient and stable, of course, we need to look for some alternative ways, and we'll do it. Thank you. So, dear colleagues, other questions, please?
Пожалуйста.